Bro, where they from? The belly of the beast. Bro, what they do? Back in the heat. Woo. Bro, what they like? Smoking them trees. Bro, how they live? Running the streets. Bro, where they from? The belly of the beast.
Welcome to another episode of Change Tomorrow Today. Today we're going to be talking about how to find your purpose.
Okay.
You sound like you seem intrigued already.
What direction we taking with this? What do you mean? How we find
How you
my
find your purpose? Like, how do you find your purpose in life? You know what I'm saying? As growing up, now you're an adult. How did you find your purpose?
Okay, so you answer it.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I could tell you how I found my purpose. I hit my head on the wall a couple times, and then it just came to me like, ta-da! You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are blessed to know what they want to do off rip. Like
True.
some kids I know I went to school with, they automatically knew they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Scientists, they were talking about it in class. I didn't know what I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? Just went, did different things and found my passion.
Okay. I mean, I thought that's kind of organic, right? That's how it would normally happen.
For some, but everybody's different though. Some people are 40, 50, still haven't found, their purpose in life.
Do you think they'll find their purpose?
If they want to. But as long as you partying and drugging and drinking, you ain't gonna find it.
Well, I mean, that might be their purpose.
That's their purpose, to party.
They might be the.
You think
Got a point.
So you think that could be somebody's purpose?
I mean, everybody's not meant to be somebody.
Ooh,
And that's true.
yeah. You don't think everybody's meant to be something?
I mean, well, so I agree with Mozzie. So I'm gonna say, like, not everybody is meant to be what we would consider to be somebody.
Right.
Like, people, there has to be homeless people.
No, they don't.
Yes, it is.
That's just circumstances.
It is.
That's circumstance.
But it's not new, right? Meaning, like, it's not something that just happened in this century or just started. It's been going on for years.
Talking about being homeless.
Homelessness. And I'm only using that as a reference point because, like, usually when we say purpose, we like someone being a doctor or being like something really great, and then we look down upon the people that haven't really made it to that point. But everybody has a purpose, right?
So you think a homeless person could be, if someone becomes homeless, that could have been their purpose to be homeless?
I don't think that they should. I'm not saying that.
I'm asking. Because the reason why I asked is because when I was in high school, there was this dude. He was really good in football. You know what I'm saying? Had scholarships and everything. And later on down the road, he became homeless.
Yeah. That's a story for a lot of people.
So that's what I'm saying. You think that could be a person's purpose though? Like to be, you know what I'm saying?
It's a path.
Right. I didn't mean it like that's what they supposed to be.
That's what she's saying.
A path?
What she's trying to say is, like, they stumble upon that.
Yeah.
That don't have to be your end to all, but you're there. It's a season.
It's a purpose. It's a reason that
so
they're going
you're a
through
reason.
this.
It's a reason why you're there. So maybe that has to open his eyes so he can shift his life and go a different direction, or maybe if he's comfortable with it, he's just gonna stay there. But
yeah, you meet some homeless people and they're comfortable with it. Like they've made peace with it or whatever. If you ever talk to them, that's their ideology.
That they're okay with it?
I mean, they made peace with it. We wouldn't be okay with it because obviously, but I mean, circumstances, life. That's like the people that almost similar to that would be like the people that keep going to jail. You be like, why these person keep going to jail? They must like it. Yeah, like they just going back. But we can't speak for them.
With that, a lot of people don't like responsibility. So when you go to jail, you guaranteed a free place to sleep. You guaranteed food. You don't have to worry about any bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, purpose.
So, homelessness.
That's a purpose?
As well. What she said too, homelessness as well.
They don't have no responsibility.
They don't have responsibility. People look out for them.
And the real world is sometimes a lot for people. Like the reality of like having to actually get up every day and do something is a lot for some people.
I've never looked at it that way.
Of course, you haven't.
Yeah, I've never.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I never looked at it that way.
Really? I've always thought like everyone has a purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? To do something, to create something.
Well, I just think that we do all have a purpose. And sometimes people's paths are what they are. The same way where we may bump our heads and you say, oh my God, my friend didn't go through that. But that was our path. That wasn't their path. That was our purpose in life because we bumped our heads so we could learn something and grow from it or whatever the outcome was. That was our path, not everyone's path. In no way am I saying people should be homeless.
No, I don't think you're saying that.
Right.
I get what you're saying, though. I understand what you're saying. I just always thought that, in order to find your purpose, you got to bump your head. But I guess,
I don't
becoming
even think you
homeless
have to
is a
bump your
form of
head.
bumping your. Well, yeah, sometimes you do.
Sometimes,
you
but
have to.
I don't think you have to.
Well, how else would you find your purpose?
Just
You
like
can't
how you
just-
said, I
you
have the same way how you said, like, the guy who was very great in football, and then later on you realize he was homeless. Like, I have friends from school that, I mean, they are successful, extremely successful. I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider bumping your head, but
You fail. If you know what I'm saying, if you're a businessman, you might fail once or twice, a couple times, and you learn, you know what I'm saying? You learn how to pave, the way, how to, navigate.
what not to do.
Yeah, because you bumped your head. Bumping your head doesn't always mean prison
Really
or
bad, yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Just you bumped your head and you learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you have some people that that could have been greater than they are, but they're not because whatever the situation is.
Because they're comfortable. They're content where they at. Some people just okay with,
Mediocrity?
yep.
because we see it as mediocrity, and for them, that's just
They're
every
just
day.
comfortable. They don't want to elevate in life. And that's okay too.
Yeah.
Whatever they choose to do is on them.
I mean, as long as you're happy in life, that's really
Correct.
all it boils down to. Whatever makes you happy in life, I say go for it. But I don't think, just being mediocre or just being okay with whatever your situation is, especially if you're not financially in a good place, I don't think anybody should be comfortable with that. But again, I'm speaking from my
On perspective.
point of view. Yeah, my perspective. Everybody's different. But but we all are parents, right? So what
Yeah.
would we tell our children if they came to us to ask us, how do I find my purpose? What would be you guys' answer to your child if they were asking you how they find their purpose?
I don't think you find your purpose. I think your purpose finds you.
Could you elaborate?
It's not something that you could go out. It's not like you're going to a grocery store and picking up a carton of eggs. Well, we can't find none of them.
But how is it?
But it's like, because we, as kids, they always talk, well, I don't know about these new generation because these kids are so different. But I remember growing up and they used to tell us, ask us, what do you want to be in life? And it was like all throughout school. What do you want to be? Every year was a project or something to talk about what you want to be and kind of like instilling that into the youth. And then as you go older, you kind of figure out what you want to do. So it's kind of the same thing.
So you think it just finds you? You don't think it's something that you have to be searching for, like within yourself?
No.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like you have to search for your purpose. I feel like it will come to you. But of course you have to do all of the work. You can't just expect something to come to you when you do no work. But if you're being a good person, if you're putting in the effort, you're trying to do the best that you could do for you, whatever that looks like, I feel like your purpose will find you.
What's your advice to your kids?
I agree.
Where it's gonna find?
You just got to keep going. And along the line, you're going to stumble across things and that little light bulb going to turn on. And you're going to be like, bing, okay, this is what it is. I like this. I'm going to stick to it and then keep going with that.
And if it changes later, then you change it.
Because a lot of people, because what I've heard and what I tell my daughter is, try as many different things as you possibly can. Like don't shy and just put yourself in the box. Try many different things as you possibly can. Because you never know what you might really like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to limit yourself.
Yeah, you don't
I
want to
get
be
it.
like, well, I'm only stuck. I only know this, so I like this, and later
Right.
on, you realize you don't have a passion for it, and you're just doing it for money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like try different things to see what you really are into.
Well, definitely, I think that's a key thing that you said when it comes to money. Like not doing things just for the money, looking for a financial outcome.
Yeah.
Because
Because that never works.
Like
Yeah, that never works. That's not purpose to me. To me, your purpose will create a way for money to find you.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be happy doing it. And it's gonna be passionate. It's gonna be free flowing and
But don't
easy.
get me wrong. I think that some things we can stumble upon that, initially it was just about the money. And then you realize, hey, I really like this. And you can make it go further.
Yeah, of course,
But,
of course, of course. But overall, finding your
Yeah.
purpose is just
Not about money.
not about money at all. Not about money at all. But I think you still have to dig deep within yourself though to really, because I know there's some people that I know that's just like, oh, I was just minding my business, like you said, a light came on, and there's people that actually spend time, meditating or putting time in with God, spending time, and then they actually were able to find their purpose. So there's many different, ways to go about doing that.
So do you think you found your purpose in life?
Yeah, I knew I always knew my purpose. I just always ran from it.
And what is that?
Like, you know, like I've always known that I was going to be a great husband. I was going to be a great father. I was
Okay.
going to be a great provider. I'm saying I always knew that I was going to do a lot of good things in life, but I just wanted to be a bad person. No, I'm saying like growing up, everybody, you know, you
Yeah.
want to be, you just want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I just chose to, I want to, but it's like at certain time, you just can't run no more. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
like
let me hone in.
the doors close on you. It's like, boom, like now you just one-on-one with your destiny. Y'all act like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like,
we do.
No,
we
that's-
laugh
we
because we
laughing.
it's true though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I've always known my
We laugh
purpose. You
because
know
we
what I'm saying?
agree.
I used to be like, man, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to be responsible. Because I knew once I had kids, I was going to be a different person. I can't be the same person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
That's true.
and then I try to run from love. I try to run. You know, I'm like, I don't.
found you anyway.
I'm like, I don't want that. You know, I want to be a player for life.
and that's so not realistic.
It is not realistic because
Jesus.
it's like, you know, sometimes your purpose find you, like you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
And
sometimes
it's
it
a great
find
thing.
you.
It's a great thing. I mean, don't get it twisted. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love it. I love my purpose, man. I think, you know, being a good person is worth, you know, trying.
Mozzie, you think you found your purpose?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good where I'm at.
What's your purpose?
I mean, I won't say like how you say. I always knew I'll be a good woman. I have a good heart. I'm giving. I'm very nurturing, submissive. You know, all the good things and
Yeah,
stuff. So I'm good over here.
You're submissive?
Very.
Very submissive.
Yes.
Yes. What does submissive mean? I know this kind of like off. What is
It's
submissive?
very off.
No, I'm just asking.
just
What is
threw you out.
no? Because when women say that word, I have to. What is submissive mean?
So every woman that says that, you ask them what's submissive.
Because
People
it's
have a different definition.
Yeah. So what's your that's what I'm saying.
So my definition is submissive is like attend to your man.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What?
Your turn. Because
I'm sorry. I had to turn that on
Wait,
purpose.
what happened?
No, I had to turn to I was just. I did not mean it like that. I was gonna wait. I thought you had something you were gonna add on to it. That's all it was.
I was sipping my coffee.
I thought you were gonna add on to it. So your purpose is to be submissive, right? To be loving and everything.
Caring.
Okay. I mean, so that's a good purpose. What you found your purpose?
Yeah, but I would say like I feel like we have multiple purposes in life.
Mhm.
So I would say yeah, I just found my purpose in multiple realms.
Oh, multiple. Okay, so you have multiple purposes. You feel.
Yeah, but I feel like we all do.
I think once you figure one out, then another one comes. Then
When
another
everything
one
starts to
comes.
come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just is constant growth,
Yeah,
right? And
exactly. Because it can change.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like things can.
it's never
navigate,
one thing. It's
change.
never one thing.
Yeah, I know. I remember being younger and I didn't want to have any kids. Like I used to tell my mom, like, "Oh, I'm not having no kids." I'm like, "You're gonna have to wait for your sons to give you some grandkids because I'm not doing it." And it wasn't because I don't like kids. It was because being the oldest for my generation in my family, I always had to like take care of my siblings or watch my cousins.
Oh,
I was
you
like,
were
I
tired.
don't
You was
do
already
this. I'm
tired
not
of
having
it.
no kids. I ain't doing this.
Ah.
And then I feel like having my daughter gave me purpose. It put me in.
Okay.
I feel like I was already on the right path because I was in school. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, but it just actually gave me like a push,
To be
an even better person.
better person.
Yeah.
So I think for most people, well, I shouldn't say for most people. I think for majority of us, like when we find a purpose, is to be better than we actually were.
Correct.
From,
Yeah.
You know, because most other people, when I hear them talk about purpose, it's always about like a career
Yeah.
or you know stuff like that, or a means of making money. I think
Yeah.
for like I say for young black men, especially like myself, it was just becoming a better person at first.
At
You know,
first, yeah.
At first, was just becoming a better person, overall better person, you know, loving, kind. I've always been kind, loving, respectful, but you kind of like brush those things to the side. Like, this doesn't serve a purpose right now.
Yeah.
You know, but not knowing that that's part of your purpose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be who you really are, to be
But even
kind-hearted.
with careers, like, I know people that have worked or had multiple careers. Because, one career worked for a little while and then they lost their love for it.
For
So
it.
then they found something else and they feel, oh, well, this is my real purpose. It's like,
Because the work
okay.
becomes a burden, right? As soon as the workload becomes a burden, it's like,
gotta go.
not my
Wait,
purpose
this
no
too
more.
much.
The money was good, but I think I'm going to go look for something else. But there's nothing wrong with that, though.
No, nothing wrong with that. And I don't think that's always the case either. Because sometimes you change. As we change and we grow, you know, things that we used to like, we don't like no more. So it's like, dang, I really enjoyed this, but now I don't anymore.
Evolution.
Yeah.
I think everybody goes through that. You know
And then the part of finding your purpose, I think, is finding something that actually truly makes you happy.
Ooh, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like happiness, I don't think money can change that.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter how much you're getting paid to do a job, if you're not happy, you're not gonna stay.
I feel like that's how you know, like, you found somewhat of like your purpose. That's why we could say like being parents, because there's no monetary gain in that, but it's so the gain in it is so much bigger. It's like, oh my God, this is really.
I mean, hell, we're doing it for free.
Hello.
But to find pleasure in doing
no, we ain't
it,
doing it for free because it's costing us.
Right.
well,
Okay, we giving free labor. But you know, the gain in it is so grand that we're okay with it. Think about it. People so okay with it, they have multiple kids. Like, hey, knowing that it's gonna cost them so much because you find so much purpose in it.
And the purpose is just, you know, raising
Children.
good human beings. You know what I'm saying? Overall,
The love
good
that
kids.
you get from them, you know,
Ooh, man, especially
it's unmatched.
I love my kids.
It's unmatched. So when we talk about finding a purpose, so now what would be a suggestion that you give somebody who's like maybe stumped and unable to find a purpose? Like they feel like, oh my God, I just can't find my purpose. I don't know what I should be doing. Maybe someone that just graduated high school, I guess, because they, you know, fresh into the world.
Well, I would say spend more time alone. Spend more time with yourself. Get to know yourself, because you know when you have a lot of people around you, it's a lot of noise. You can't really think, you can't function properly, you know, because so many people pulling you in different directions. Your homeboys calling, let's go hang out, you know what I'm saying, or let's go do this.
Too many influence.
Yeah, you know, but if you spend
Outside
time
influence.
with yourself and you meditate, you know what I'm saying, read. I mean, read as much as you possibly can, because that's going to expand your mind to different horizons and different ideas come to you. You know what I'm saying? Read, spend time with God, read the Bible, read books, self improvement books. And I think if you can do that for a long period of time, you'll find your purpose. Because one thing that always happened to me every time I evolve, it's always me speaking to myself from within. You know what I'm saying? That's where the growth comes from, you know, from your inside voice. You know what I mean?
I got you. I agree.
What about you?
I agree.
You just agree?
I agree.
Where have I heard that before? I agree. Oh, that was what you said earlier. That's what you said earlier. I agree. Yeah, you agree. So let me ask you guys a question, because you guys have daughters. I have a daughter.
Okay.
Would you tell your daughter to find a man that has purpose, that's finding his purpose? I mean, granted that we're speaking like if they're in their 20s, right? And they're dating. Would you tell them to be with a man who's finding his purpose, right? But is a good person, treats them good and loves them, but he's still trying to figure himself out? Or would you tell them to be with a man who has found his purpose, but doesn't really have the time for them or the love to show them because he's busy with his purpose?
Oh, that took a turn. I did not.
No, that's a good question. We're talking about purpose.
I didn't
No, 'cause
expect it to
most
come out
people-
that way.
No, because if you think about it, most people that's living their purpose, a lot of times they take that more serious than anything else. Like they don't have time to be how can I say, a good boyfriend or a good girlfriend, because they so busy with their careers.
Well, they need to finish that
But you-
space in their life,
But
and
you'll
then
never
they
be.
can.
But you'll never be done with your purpose, because that's
Yeah,
what-
but you gotta. It's called balance. You can't just be so focused that you don't have time for nothing else. You gotta make time.
you know, some people don't know how to balance.
Yeah, that's work-life balance. You have to have it. If
It's almost like telling your daughter that it's okay to be with a man that's not going to be attentive to you because he's looking for his purpose.
So that's what I'm saying. What would be more important? The person that's still trying to find their balance, their purpose, but treats her really good, or the person that already found their purpose but don't have time to give to them. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Because to me, my advice is the thing I tell my daughters: as long as the person that you're with is a good person, they're not mistreating you, and they're actually trying. That to me is a winner. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's trying to be better than he is, right? Maybe he doesn't have it figured out, but eventually he will.
Right.
Versus a person that already has it figured out, but
That's
don't
not
really,
trying?
not trying to in that sense of quality time and love. You know what I mean? But you look like you're stunned. You all right?
I don't know.
That's a little.
You don't know.
It's tough.
Why is it tough?
Because it's like, if they didn't find their purpose yet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're a good person, they treated good, like, you still have to have the balance. It has to be some type of balance there, because how you know, just because he treats you good don't mean he's the good person or he's the man for you. Like, so you just gonna wait until he figure his life out and find his purpose and do whatever it is he gonna do, and
And
then
then
she
leave.
realized, like, okay, this not gonna work years down the line. You understand? So it's like a
Better catch-22.
yes,
Yeah. That's
definitely
what
a catch-22 with both. They're catch-22.
Pros and cons.
So how do you weigh the pros and the cons? Because I say for me it's really simple. Like as a man, if I'm sitting down with a young man and I could tell like he's really trying and he's trying to figure it out, but he treats my daughter good and he's really trying to figure it out and he's willing to, put his best foot forward, I'm okay with him. I just don't want no lazy person who just think they're gonna get a free ride and just, thinking they're gonna, no, it's not
That's
gonna
the
work
dad
out.
in you.
I'm just saying it's not gonna work out. But somebody who's really willing to try and figure themselves out, I think that's great and that's perfect. And I think for me, I'm okay with that. But you said no, you don't think so because it's cash.
It's like a catch-22. I don't know. I'll cross that road when I get there. See, you the dad, I'm the mom, so
It's very
it's
different.
different.
It's
So
very
whenever
different.
I get there,
Yeah.
That's
talk
when you'll
about it.
figure it out when you get there.
when they get there, we'll
Yeah.
talk about that.
Oh, when they get
because we
there?
might not cross that road.
Yeah.
That road is everybody.
You never know.
Everybody crosses that road because I sit back and I think about when my wife's dad met me, and I said, "Man, what the hell was he thinking being so nice to me?"
But he saw something else in you.
That's what I'm trying to say. But you see what I mean? But I'm saying if it was me, I might have missed it.
I don't think so. I think we have like this weird, odd parental instinct thing that you can't really explain. But, and it works for your kids. Like, not everybody kids, but your kids, it kind of works.
Well, I can understand that. Again, when I think back, I say, "Woof, what a gamble." I'm just saying because I didn't. Like you not thinking about.
That question is like one that truly we would have to just address it when you get there.
Right.
Because it's so many different scenarios and circumstances that you really can't say. But ultimately, you really don't have no control.
As far as like who they're going
What they
to.
choose to do.
Well,
Like,
no,
I mean,
you don't have no control.
And
But
who
I'm
they
saying,
decide to
Yeah.
be with.
but if they did come to ask
ask
you
for your
for
advice.
that's what I'm saying. If they did come to
Go follow your heart.
follow your heart,
Because you can't really, it's pros and cons to both. I'm not going to be the one to influence you to go one way and then that way turn into shit. And then it was me that told you that, no. Because I don't know what you're feeling for this person.
you said, "Wait, you don't want to be blamed if it doesn't work out."
No, I don't. I don't want to be the, there's some parents that are like so overbearing and they're trying to tell their kids what direction to go in and what's that. I don't really want
That's
to be
control.
that.
I think that's control.
Yeah, but so when you talk about that, like, hey, what direction? I can't tell you what to do when it comes to matters of the heart. I can give you advice as far as what I maybe would do depending on the person and situation, but I can't really tell you, hey, sway this way, sway that way. I don't know.
Oh, I don't. As a man, I don't think I look at that. I don't look at it that way.
Because
Well,
you
I'ma
a
give you-
dad.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, man, look, if he ain't treating you good or making you feel like you're loved and appreciated,
Yeah.
I don't think he's the person for you because money doesn't equate to love at all. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that knows what they're doing or, that's in a high position does not mean that
Yeah.
you're loved. It just means they got it like that.
True.
And you might just be an option. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I think we can all agree that we would try to instill in our kids not to deal with people that, are not good to them.
Yeah.
That's like automatic across the board. Like, this person does not show you love, affection, does not,
Because
don't
I
be with this type of person.
on social media, I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I'm living my purpose, so I don't have time to include another person in my life or to give a person time."
Okay, so see, she did.
Stay single.
Yeah, exactly. Stay single and do what you have. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't do this. I can't do that. Because remember, you got somebody else's life
Yep.
that you're trying to bring into your world, and it's not fair for you to like close them out when they willing to, they're willing to be with you, but you want to close them out because you're trying to follow your purpose. Follow your purpose is what you have to do, and then you can go outside and find you your person. But you have to be there. Like, don't nobody want no absent partner.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like, where we going? We not gonna get nowhere with that.
I think it's admirable to acknowledge, like, look, I'm on a search for my purpose, or I'm in my purpose, and
that's
I don't have
100% facts. Like, just be honest and be, just be like, hey, look, right now the place I'm in my life, this is not for me. This not gonna work. Like, I'm sorry. I apologize, and keep it moving. Whenever you have time for whatever, then you get back in the game. Yeah. But until then, like, it's not fair for somebody to always get shut out because they trying, they trying to show you, hey, like, I like you, or let's make this work. And then the other person like, I gotta go to work.
I don't got time.
I don't got time. Like, I can't go out. Like, that's not fair. That's some selfish. People want, some people want to date. If some people want to, follow their purpose or get into their career, that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least let it be known.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that completely. I think people need to learn to put whatever their priority is, put it first, and then keep it first, and don't try to mix people in, because it's not going to work.
It's not.
It'll never work. It doesn't work.
And if we're going to be honest, I feel like most people, if you want something, you're gonna go after it.
If it's your purpose, you definitely will go after it.
If it's a man that's like, he's found his purpose and he's really tuned in, tapped in, and he's kind of like dead set on that, it may be a woman that come around that he can't find the time for her, and then another woman come around, he has the time for her. So yes.
Well, people make time for what you want to make time for. So.
I hear that so much. Why do people say that?
Because you do make time. It's facts. It's real life. It happens every day. People make time for what they want to make time for.
No matter what you got going on.
Because you could be feeling this girl, but you with a girl that you ain't feeling her no more. But if the girl tell you that you've been with, hey, let's do such and such, you be like, nah, but then homegirl finally give you the green light, where you think you gonna go? You gonna go that way.
I don't know where I'm gonna go.
You ain't concerned about that job no more.
I know. Well, I'm parked where I'm at.
Whether it's right or wrong, people make time.
That's just, and that's in everything though. That's in everything in life. You make time, like as far as going out with your friends or hanging out, everybody makes time for what they want. So a part of that is, like you said, being admirable and being able to say, listen, this is not it. Right now, this not it for me.
Everyone's not admirable though. Everybody's not.
That. We would hope that people could be accountable and not waste people's time.
Yep, but
hello.
A lot of us are selfish. We want what we want, when we want it, how we want it. You know what I'm saying?
And not thinking about the other person.
Correct.
That's part of being human, I guess, right? To be selfish. So. Again, I mean, when you find your purpose, I guess it's a beautiful thing. Granted, that you're able to balance everything, like you guys said, you have to be able to balance it.
Yeah.
But living your purpose is also just as important. Sharing it with somebody else that you love. At least I would hope.
I'm about to say, if that's what you want,
if that's what you desire, that's what your desire is, you should find a way to make it doable and balance it out. But if it's not, then just be by yourself and live your purpose.
Yeah, right? And you'll be happy with that, because if that's not what you want, then
you're gonna be happy regardless. Either way, you in your purpose and you single, win-win.
And you living the life that you want to live.
Yeah,
win-win.
You shopping every day. You just wasting money, blowing money, BMF style.
Not you being judgmental.
I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying you blowing money fast and you living and you happy and you ain't got nobody to love on.
Well, they ain't say they ain't had nobody love on. They said they didn't want a permanent person. That don't mean they ain't got nobody love on. But that's a different conversation.
Love on, love on is different than just love on. You know what I mean? You got to be, if you're going to be living your purpose and you're going to have the things that you desire, you at least want to share with somebody you truly love.
Everybody don't want that.
Everybody don't want love?
No. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
a lot of people are content with just being single. Bachelors, talking to different men, just having multiple partners. A lot of people are happy with that. That brings them peace, because some people just don't like the aggravation that a relationship brings, and that's okay too. But let it be known.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like once you're upfront with those ideas,
that's when people follow suit. They fall in line and they act accordingly. That's it. You either roll with it or you don't. That's it.
Ooh, what, you guys heard that? Just let them know they're gonna fall in line, so you ain't gonna lose nothing.
But you can't lose nothing because if someone wants a relationship and you
It's
don't
nothing
want that,
more attractive than honesty.
Yeah.
When somebody
Ooh,
is
you heard
honest
that?
with you,
You better tell them the truth, man. Tell them you got a girl at home. And-
hey, this is temporary.
right? Just be honest. You never
I'm
know
ju-
how far it's gonna get you.
I'm joking, man. You
But
better.
in finding your purpose, being honest with yourself
Right.
Yeah.
about what you want,
What you really want out of
and,
life?
You know, yes, because I feel like you can't find your purpose if you're not honest with yourself.
And my brother, if you're parked, stay parked. If you got your purpose and you got your woman, just stay parked, man. Just keep the car parked where it's at and enjoy your purpose, enjoy your family. You know what I mean? Stay out the way and let the other people do what they're gonna do, right?
Okay. That's fair.
Well, my brothers, hopefully, and my beautiful sisters, hopefully you guys find your purpose and you live your dream. And for those of you that want to do it with somebody next to you, I hope you find that too. But if you don't, you want to be a player, I said, man, go on, do that too.
I don't
Whatever
wanna be
makes
a
you happy,
player
right?
No more.
But I'm parked. Love y'all. Peace.